Hello friends, what's going on? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host Jan. I hope you're doing well, mate. I really do hope that. Ooh, it's popping off in the world of football. Julian Nagelsmann canned by Bayern Munich, yet to be announced at time of recording, but already confirmed by Fabrizio Romano. Thomas Tuchel will replace him in Bavaria. Tuchel, the German national, going to coach Bayern. He can't go back to Dortmund. Really not pointless. Pointless going back to the Bundesliga otherwise at a profile of his. Bayern or bust. He's not going to go back to PSG. I don't think he speaks Spanish. I thought there was a serious chance he could go to Tottenham Hotspur. In fact, I thought it was written. But no, I think Tottenham Hotspur might get Julian Nagelsmann. And I think we could have a blockbuster meeting. We could. There's a couple of things to happen, but we could have a blockbuster meeting of Graham Potter versus Thomas Tuchel at Stamford Bridge. And that is jet fueled with narrative. Could Chelsea go in for Julian Nagelsmann? We can talk about that as well in today's video. So, thank you for joining me. Please do consider dropping a like on the contents to support your content creator. That's me. You are welcome to subscribe, of course. And should you choose to do so, you should hit that sweet, sweet bell, baby. Nice little high one for you there. No Mia Bingo today. She has been meowing outside, but she's in a complete sort of demonic turd mode where I simply cannot afford to replace all the cables that she chews through. Also, she's very small rodent size, so should she get fried by electricity, I think that would be curtains. Maybe I can spray the cables with this cat stuff that they don't like the taste of. Anyway, I digress. So, Bayern Munich, 1 point off the top of the Bundesliga, but I think it's more than that why Bayern Munich have canned Julian Nagelsmann. It is, I think maybe largely style of play. He sometimes plays wing-backs, which would suit both Tottenham and Chelsea, by the way. And also, I think perhaps because they're not, strolling away with the Bundesliga title, they're probably not overly confident to eliminate Pep Guardiola's Manchester City in the next round of the Champions League, and they see this as an opportunity to get a coach who has eliminated Pep Guardiola's Manchester City in the Champions League before in the final. And granted, in Thomas Tuchel's latter stages of his Chelsea tenure, he kept getting beaten by Pep. But there was the time he beat him 3 in a row. In the league, semi-final of the FA Cup, and of course, the final of the Champions League. So he does know how to play against him sometimes. Maybe not lately, but generally. And that's probably why they are hiring him. Now, of course, the narrative everyone's afraid of, everyone's twitching of, is they hire Tuchel, and it goes well, and he beats Pep Guardiola. Hold on. Come on then, Mia Bingo. Jesus. Yeah, and then he eliminates Manchester City from the Champions League, and somehow, purely because we do it sometimes, we play well against Manchester City, and it's Real Madrid, and Chelsea eliminate Real Madrid. It could happen. They didn't look great against Barcelona in the Clasico. Hold on, let me grab this cat. Hey, what's this? Meow, 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 Mia Bingo. Won't be long till she's kicked out. On the kit, yeah. So, and what would that mean? That would mean Graham Potter versus big Tommy Tuchel in the Champions League. It would be It would be passionate, beloved Thomas Tuchel. By the way, a lot of his visionism from the Chelsea fans of actually how bad things were at the end of Thomas Tuchel's tenure. Ooh, what a lovely bit of alliteration that is. And people just seem to remember the good times. To be honest, even the year when we won the Champions League, the season had fallen apart. We went into that Champions League final such profound outsiders. People forget how bad we were at the time and how good Man City were at the time. So I think the Mia Bingo's already over. Say goodbye to the people. Meow, I just want to say, we could still beat Thomas Tuchel. Good girl. Off you go. Right, so yeah, whoever won me a bingo, good on you. Yeah, we could still beat Thomas Tuchel, but the narrative is ready, and I'm times like these. It's times like these. I'm glad I'm not on Twitter, because I imagine people are losing their sugar all over the gaff. Look, man, he was gonna get another job. I love Thomas Tuchel as much as the next man. I'd much prefer him go to Bayern Munich. I think I've probably even said this at some point. Then rock up at Tottenham Hotspur. Fine. And wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be nice if Tuchel knocks out Guardiola in the Champions League? That would be fun. We'd all enjoy that. I know you would, mate. We would all enjoy that. So that's great. Imagine all the people. I'm not going to keep singing in this video. If Graham Potter eliminates Thomas Tuchel's Bayern Munich, the winning Germanic machine of Bayern, riddled with talent top to bottom. Imagine if Graham Potter knocked out Real Madrid and then Thomas Tuchel's Bayern Munich. Oh, how the narrative may shift at that point. Though you must say chance would be a fine thing. My mouse isn't connecting. There it is. So Julian Nagelsmann, of course, this is raising the question, a young, talented manager available on the market for free. We're 10th. Of course the questions are going to be asked, could Chelsea sign Julian Nagelsmann? Now, I think, firstly, can I just pull out my internal football hipster here? I was a fan of Julian Nagelsmann when he was appointed at Hoffenheim. And he was, in his late 20s, I believe, coached, in his 20s, coaching a top-flight, top 5 league, like 4th or 3rd strongest league in Europe. He was coaching a top, and this was obviously before he got the job at Leipzig, obviously before he got the job at Bayern, and it was incredible. This really young guy coaching a top flight team, managing players older than him. Heck, if he still came down to Stamford Bridge somehow, he would be managing players older than him in Thiago Silva. I believe he's still only 35. He's been coaching forever. He's been on the scene forever. He's a bit of a, get out of the way, bit of a dweeb. I mean, for me, he's like the quintessential dweeb. Do you remember he wore that like waistcoat thing and like he looks a bit dweeby? I'm totally cool with that. Look, like in the same way I say Graham Potter doesn't need to, I don't think Julian Nagelsmann would need to be this like blood and thunder theatre Conte, Mourinho, Tuchel style manager. Be a little dweeb. Be a little football dweeb. I'm a little dweeb. And yes, I realise, I'm calling this guy a dweeb, and Graham Potter, I mean, in a way, I don't think Graham Potter's cool enough to be a dweeb. and I like Graham Potter. He's got strong like supply teacher therapist vibes, which I actually think is quite positive and conducive as a character. As conducive to being a positive character. So fine, dweebs everywhere. Empower the dweebs. Rise up, kings. Assemble. Do I think Julian Nagelsmann is the answer for Chelsea? Firstly, I think he's going to go to Tottenham. I can just see that. I don't think they'll necessarily go back to Pochettino, and I think they'll be done with the Mourinho-Tuchel style, Mourinho Conte style route of these like elite Galactico managers. They'll probably go, look, bring us a guy who's just going to be a sort of project philosophy style manager. Obviously they wanted Graham Potter, and it's important to remind you at this point, Graham Potter rejected Tottenham. Best stadium in England, best training facilities in England, loads of money. He wanted to stay at Brighton. It was only the Chelsea project that he went, yes, I'll leave for that. So, just a reminder, we're bigger than Tottenham. You knew that though. I just feel like he will end up there. It just seems like the kind of thing they'll go for. I think he'll like that profile of move. I don't know if he speaks English. I mean, all Germans speak English. It's only the English who don't learn to bother to learn other languages. And ça, c'est une situation très triste, mes amis. Do you want Julian Nagelsmann at Chelsea? Maybe. Like, if you said to me, right, Jan, Graham Potter's getting canned, do you want Nagelsmann? I'll take a deep breath, search within my soul, and say, I don't care anymore. No, I don't know. I'd probably say yes. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'd say, can I have Pep Guardiola? That's probably what I'd say. But yeah, maybe Nagelsmann. I don't know, bro. If he speaks English, if he, you sign him on a not massive deal, you get to keep some of your staff. He's happy to work. I mean, I guess he'd work with Vivell quite well because they were at Leipzig together. Or was Vivell from Salzburg? Surely they'd be quite acquainted to each other from the RB setup. Maybe it could work. Maybe I've talked myself into it. Still, I haven't binned Potter yet, purely on the apathetic level of where we are in the season and the fact how we are unbeaten in 4 following a 3-game winning streak. So win some more games, knock out Real Madrid, knock out Thomas Tuchel's Bayern Munich from the Champions League, and then Potter might, maybe we'll nail our colours to the mast once again to Captain Graham Potter. So I want to put out to you guys, what do you think? What do you do? Would you take Nagelsmann at Chelsea? Although, like I said, he's probably going to turn up at Tottenham Hotspur. What do you think of the Tuchel appointment to Bayern? Just out of interest. I think it's interesting. And do you think it is written in terms of box office narrative that Chelsea face Bayern, Potter faces Tuchel in the Champions League? I think it could happen. Let me know what you think. Comment down below all your thoughts. Then I thank you for liking the video. And you are, of course, welcome to subscribe to Football Therapy. No matter who you are, no matter your colour, your creed, where you come from, it's one big family here. So welcome. And I'll see you very soon. Turn on that bell. Peace.